you look at you. I'm literally a U.S. citizen. I'm literally a U.S. citizen.
Get the fuck out of here.
Why are you kidnapping our citizen? Why are you?
This guy right here, they let him out of the vehicle, they tortured him. This guy right here, yeah. Tortured.
You okay, man?
No, I'm not okay.
Bro,
Shit's crazy. My man's bleeding. Bleeding.
they slammed me on the ground.
We gotta be able to call somebody. This is ridiculous. You got family around? You got somebody here, man? Come on, we in here. Come on, man. You work here, don't you?
No, I work at Target.
You work, bro. Come on, bro. It's okay. You guys are so crazy. Man, slam this man up in the parking lot.
Welcome back to another video of mine, and this is something that's very painful to watch. As you've seen this video that I presented of this teenager that was being beaten and taken and then released later at a point traumatized. I mean, this kid will be traumatized for the rest of his life by these ICE agent Gestapo tactics that they're using. This is only the beginning. What we're going to see of many more to come of what's going to be happening to U.S. citizens. These are starting off to be, just to be brown, black, and anything other than white types of abductions and assaults and any other cases might be. But again, it's not stopping there. They're going to keep going and going and going. And as you've seen in the news recently, Minneapolis has doubled down with ICE agents. About approximately 2,000 more ICE agents have been sent there. And it's just not getting any better. It's going to get worse. My gut instinct with this, as Trump wants to get the protests to become violent, get them out of control, and start people, doing violent acts, so where he can, implement the Insurrection Act of 1783. This will give him martial law, basically, in our country. And he wants to do it in time for the midterm elections, so he can seize power here, basically. We don't know how in-depth it will be, but what we can't be is sitting around being placated by our elected leaders in Congress saying, oh, everything's going to get better. Well, my question back is, when will things get better? Because it's not. Every day it's getting worse. And if we don't do something, it's just going to get out of control. And, you got people on the right saying, well, you need to obey the law and you need to stop, interfering with ICE operation. If it wasn't for those concerned citizens being out there with their cameras and blowing their whistles, we probably would have never known anything about this teenager. He could have been thrown away into a prison somewhere and never be seen for months or on end, or even accidentally deported out of the country without our knowledge, because it's a sloppy system being done here. They just cannot do it properly. I'm all for ICE enforcing our laws and people doing the right way of things, but they're doing every dirty trick in the book. It's just unbelievable. Now they're what the vice president said, we're going to have them going door to door. I mean, it's not going to stop. There was another video I saw of this woman. There was a Grab driver ran into the house that she's delivering food for, and ran down their basement. And the ICE agents are banging on this people's door, and they didn't know what to do. They were afraid for this woman's life because she was crying her heart out in their house, pleading for them not to give her up. And then they tried calling, for advice on what to do. They didn't get anything in time, and they were told by the police, give her up to ICE. I mean, it was horrendous. It was heartbreaking to see this woman crying her heart out like she was going to be sentenced to death. I mean, we just can't be doing this to people. I mean, they go to the immigration courts by requirements to follow up on their immigration process. They get arrested there. it's just sweeping up everybody in their net and see what it's like going out to deep sea fishing and just throwing out the nets and collecting everything up, garbage and whatever else, and just dumping it into the basket to be taken away. Now, the thing you got to look at is there's nobody pushing here. I don't see any elected official getting out there on the street and doing nothing more than maybe making an announcement. But it's really got to be something more than just that. They've got to be en masse. And I'm going to spend time to find those elected officials not doing anything, Democrat or Republican, and out them out on any way to say, hey, you're not doing enough, and put them on the spot. If I can do anything legally to get away with doing this, I will. It's got to be done. And if they're not doing enough, we've got to get the right people with enough votes to get them out of there and get someone that will make some action there and really perform for the people, not for themselves. Because all we have now is so many people in our government, all the way up to the very top, enriching themselves, making millions, if not billions of dollars into their pockets. So I have a heartfelt drive here to get up, get out, and get this happening. And I just implore everybody that can hear me to please go do something. And if anything, make comments in my videos. I like to engage. I mean, negative responses are good responses in my book. But to do nothing is condemning those people to pain and suffering, and already murdering U.S. citizens, and it's not going to stop. And I really congratulate every American that gets out there and spends time, identifying the ICE agents, putting on video, and stopping all of this, because they're just going to, the tactics will change as they adapt to each of these cities. I've seen this, and they have, they don't have any legal authority above them to guide them in the right direction. So they'll play every dirty playbook they can pull out and keep going on and hurting more U.S. citizens. Besides, the immigrants are out there. Our country is made up of immigrants for the past 250 years. And now we're just going to say, oh, you're not a white nationalist American. You don't belong here. Come on. I mean, we're hurting our country's economy. I mean, we don't have people to pick the fruits and vegetables out there, to go into the meat packing factories and do those dirty jobs. Oh, we think, we're going to get Americans off of welfare and get them to put in time and labor to do all this. I'm sorry, it ain't going to happen. A lot of Americans are downright, cannot do it because of physical concerns and stuff. That's true. Or getting to my age, I cannot get down in the mud and pick strawberries. When I did that when I was a teenager, and that was backbreaking work in the mud. So it's just gotta come to senses of where we're going with all this, and let's make something together. Let's make it happen, and let's bring people together. Let's stop the fighting on the left and the right. Let's get in the center and be able to get a focus on here where we want this country to go to, because if we don't do something, in 10 to 15 years, there will not be a United States. It'll be gone. And I hate to be so pessimistic, but it's looking that way. If we don't rise up, 3% of the country has to get out and protest to make an effective change. That's guaranteed anywhere in any country. And that's, for example, Iran, their people are getting up and protesting. Once they reach that threshold of 3.5 to 4% of the population, change will happen. We've got to do the same thing here. Otherwise, we're going to be just like Iran. We're going to find American citizens laying out in body bags in the streets at this rate. So I'm not trying to cry wolf and say that's doom and gloom, but if we don't do something, the future is looking very unbearable to live with. And if it's not unbearable for you, please look at it. It's going to affect you, someone you know and love. It's going to happen. So please, let's stop the violence. Let's stop the stupidity of how this is being done. Let's get the right people in the right places to get these changes made that we can go on and make America as good as it can be. Won't be as great, but we'll be better than we were before. If anything else, I appreciate what each and every person does out there on the streets and on the telephone and writing those emails and stuff. And if you can, please subscribe, help me out. I'm not a YouTuber here that's just looking to get money. This is a passion for me and a way to give back after my serving 27 years in the military. This is a great country I defended, and I want to keep it that way. Thank you, and have a good day.